Did you ever hear the term buyers are liars? I hear that all the time. I typically don't get into that discussion, but I want to discuss with you 10 truths about buyers in this episode because buyers not always irrational. They're overloaded, they're scared, they're nervous, especially if they're relocating. They're getting out of their comfort zone. They're moving from renting to ownership. They're downsizing. Whatever reason, they are overwhelmed. They might not be telling you everything. So you have to get in the groove of trying to ask enough questions and continue to ask questions and showing up to gain their trust and keep moving forward so you position yourself as the authority. Welcome to this episode of Stop Chasing, Start Attracting, where you come to grow your brand, develop your authority, and rebuild your life with real estate. My name is Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in Central Florida. I rebuilt my business at the age of 56 years old. I started from nothing, and I'm here to tell you it was a long road, but I'm happy I'm here and I'm able to hand you my playbook. Let's get to it. The 10 things that I have for you that you need to know about buyers. They want a roadmap before they want showing. If they don't know the buying process steps, they might not feel secure. So that could be as simple as putting together a checklist. I'm big on checklists, and buyers and sellers both are big on steps to follow. So put together a buyer checklist. This is the process. First, we need to start to figure out a budget. Call a lender to see if you are pre-qualified. Put that checklist together. Ask your favorite AI friend to put one together. Copy, paste it into Canva or a graphic design program. Send it to Fiverr. You're somebody that you might have creating social posts for you, and it's easy enough to do. A buyer's roadmap. I actually created one in Canva and I made it into a online magazine. It's called Hazine, where we can put the link and they click through it and it flips pages like a magazine. It's really very, very cute and it's very helpful. And if anything, it shows you care enough to help the buyer feel comfortable about the buying process. So don't underestimate your buyer that they know everything. They probably know nothing. You are their expert. They're coming to you for your knowledge. Give it to them. Number 2, they're afraid of overpaying. Of course, everyone's afraid of overpaying. No one wants you to spend every last dollar they have. But what you do is become familiar with comps and the area, what the homes look like, what the homes are typically listing for, and what they're selling for. You need to know that the buyer wants to feel confident about making that offer, and you are the one that's going to make them confident. They need repetition to feel confident, which is number 3. You may have to explain some things 5, 10 times. I've had a few customers where I have had to actually hold their hand every step of the way, but they found that service invaluable and have recommended me to others. So sometimes you do have to go well above and beyond what the norm is to get the job done and build a relationship with that buyer so that buyer feels comfortable with referring you to their friends, family, and acquaintances. Number 4, silence creates anxiety. Just think about how you feel when you need an answer and you call someone and they don't get back to you for a day or 2. Does that drive you nuts? That usually happens when you're trying to call your attorney. But realtors are the same thing. If somebody wants information, they want it right away. You don't want them to go to someone else. This drives me crazy. Realtors don't answer the phone at night or on the weekends. And I'm sorry, if you're working a deal, you need to answer the phone. Probably not a good scenario, but I have a headset and I play pickleball. And there are plenty of times where I have had a buyer call and I've answered the phone while I'm playing pickleball just to let them know I got you. I'm in the middle of something. I will call you back. And that's huge because I treat every phone call like it's a $10,000 phone call. So be there. Don't ghost them, even if it's a quick text back. I have a couple of autoresponders on my phone. So if I'm in the car or with customers or wherever I am, I could be with my grandchildren, and someone calls me and I can't pick up the phone because I won't be able to have a conversation, I quick hit that autoresponder. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm with customers. Please leave me a voicemail and I'll call you back as soon as I can. I'm on the other line. I will call you as soon as I'm done. And they get that message. They can leave you a voicemail, but they know you've received it and you're on it. 5, they compare you to the last person they worked with or spoke to. Never slam another realtor, even if you know they're terrible, because there are a lot of terrible ones out there. You want to make sure that you stay positive and spin it where you won't be putting the other one down, but you're building yourself up, and you can get creative with that. 6, fast responses will build trust. Again, that ties into answering the phone. You want to make sure that your buyers or sellers know you've got it, you're on it, you're working on it. Whether it's you, your assistant, a transaction coordinator, or your daughter. Just make sure that you get back with them in a timely manner somehow. 7, they need context for pricing. This applies to buyers and sellers. Why am I offering this price, or why am I listing at this price? Just have your talk down, have your facts behind you, and you will be able to have a great conversation and guide your buyer and seller into the appropriate direction so they can accomplish their goals. Now, not every seller is going to listen to you when it comes to listing price. Just remember that, and we'll get into these things as we go further down in other episodes. Buyers want to know why you want to make that offer, so you just need to justify. Listen with your ears open and your mouth shut, which is number 8. Buyers and sellers want to know you hear them, and the more you listen, the more information you will get out of them. Now, I tell you, sometimes I am guilty of starting to speak before the buyer or seller is finished, and I have to catch myself with that. So it's not an easy thing. You can overcome it. The same bad habits might still come out a little bit, but remember, work on it. Let them talk. They will tell you everything you need to know. You might prompt them along the way, but just let the buyer and seller talk and get their points across so you can move on and get them into the next part of their journey. Number 9, they test your knowledge early. There are going to be times when a seller or a buyer will ask you a specific question and you do not know the answer. Don't be afraid to say, that's a really good question and I'm not quite sure. I want to give you the appropriate and correct response. I don't want to just guess. That's important and it's honest. Again, you're being your authentic self. If you know the answer, give it to them right away. But if you don't give them the wrong information. Reflect on it, get the appropriate information, and get back to them right away. And lastly, number 10, be happy, be energetic, be positive, and impactful with information. You want to be the educator. You want them to know you are the go-to person for them when they're looking to buy or sell their home. If you want more buyer conversations become the safest decision in the room, make sure you know your topic and you answer the questions as quickly as possible. Don't ghost your customers so you can build that trust and you stop chasing and start attracting. I'm Robyn Cavallaro. Thank you again for joining me on this episode. Don't forget, please rate a positive review if you like the information. It'll help me out tremendously and I can help you with additional content for this channel. Thank you again for listening and I'll see you next time.